So they'll be calling you a radical. TikTok, Diablo Canyon clock, holding with one hand with a brush and a camera. So, Diablo Canyon, lessons from Fukushima, unlearned. Let's see, a nuclear reactor on the Ring of Fire. Let's just cover it up. Yeah, it could be our Fukushima. No, Fukushima is our Fukushima. Just moves left to right. So, what makes this thing so cool is, let me show you what it's painted on. How cool did that turn out? Diablo, those piers, those pools right there across from Diablo used to be the best, right? Oh my God, just so full of life. So I got this. Believe it or not, Weber County was just dumping a bunch of stuff, selling for dirt cheap. I said, why would you have aquarium? I mean, I don't know. Why would you have coral stuff? Marine biology in the high desert of Utah. I said, I'll make it work. So, what do you want, a fucking medal? Oh, I got a medal. That's real. So that's from the blockage in 1981. There's only so many of those. It's rare as hell. Would I sell that shirt with that medal on it? I'd even sign it for, God, I wouldn't sell that for anything under $100,000. No shit. Means too much to me. Belongs in a museum. So, TikTok. We didn't learn shit, did we? We didn't learn nothing from Fukushima. So, we didn't learn a damn thing. Something we don't use sucks up $4.4 million a day in California subsidies alone, taxpayers. California's produced so much solar, they have nowhere to put it, but states like Utah blocking it. Utah should be all solar. So how cool is this? I have lots of Diablo Canyon stuff. Thank you to Mothers for Peace. By the way, the congressman down there who called for the hearing, I wasn't able to go. I was just too sick. Or I'd have been there. Jane was there, Swanson, but he was good, you know. And he says, "Look, this is nuclear. The great responsibility, the danger." With a hello, it's on the Ring of Fire. I said for years, my greatest goal in my life, I said even the time I was a kid, was to shut down San Onofre, which I did. You know, get the waste off that place. It's going to happen. But Diablo Canyon is the most dangerous nuclear reactor on Earth. Bar none. Don't drop your spent fuel cans, Holtec. So, you got to be able to go with that lip. I got out the good Warhol can for this. Whoa. Jet stream moves left to right. Breaking news, fish swim. Dead tide pulls at your feet, Edie. I'll never forget it. I'm there at Diablo. Protesting for the umpteenth time. Chanting. Walking for days with the monk. There, he's so great. I love him, man. He's one of the great human beings on the face of the earth. And before, you know, there was nothing there, so they changed it a few years ago to where you could park your RVs there. I think it's $50-$60 a night to park your RV at Diablo. So I'm there protesting, and it's March 10th, 11th. And there's a young woman there, and she's pregnant, in a bikini, staying in one of the RVs. And she says, "What's your signs?" And I says, "Well, we're protesting Diablo Canyon, the nuclear reactor." What? Right in front of the great big sign that says Diablo. You don't know there's a nuclear reactor right there? No. I says, not only that, it's really low tide. Look, come here. Look right in front. You see that pipe? Yeah, I can see it. It was really low tide. She says, "What's that?" I says, "That's the intake. They suck all the water and boil the water from the Pacific Ocean." Oh my God. People live there. Literally. One of the most beautiful places on the face. I'm telling you, I've been a lot of places in this world. Diablo Canyon. It's right way up there, Avila. The Bay. So the Bay, the Shumash, who I did a lot of work with them over the years, the apple growers. How did it get named Diablo Canyon? When the Spanish invaders came, evil, did what they did. They were there, and they were, you know, telling right there, telling the Shumash what they're going to do to them, blah, 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 their freak show. Russell Means, I used to always love him, what he used to say. You came from Europe here with your books and your guns and your disease and your aggression and your hate, and you're going to tell us how to get to heaven. You're going to teach us how to get to heaven. Before you got here, this was heaven. We had no gates. We had no locks. We had no jails. We had no disease. While they were there telling what they were going to do to them, a tsunami and an earthquake hit. Freaked them out. Bad one. They named it the devil. Diablo Canyon. So TikTok, lessons from FUKUSHIMA on Earth. I hope to be there soon. So I was able to swing my bat last night. I went 4 for 4. Put me in, coach. I think I'm ready to play. You know, I got 3. I got another can over there. Oh, it's still there where I drilled it. Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play. Shoot it. So Aaron Judge is from that part of the world. I call him the Big Sur. It's about 99. Atlee Huffaker's from right there. Grew up in Carmel. That's Japanese for a beautiful. Grandson's name, by the way. He was a pitcher. He was a pitcher. So he's got to be so. Let there be light. Let there be light. All we ever needed was the sun. That's all we ever needed. I hope you was able to hear that on my first swing. I hope he's able to hear that because he's from there. The Big Sur. Aaron Judge is from that neck of the woods. So I said, let's go 99 on him. Oh boy. So TikTok. Boy, you nailed that one. Now coming to the plate, Kevin Blanche. It's late. It's the bottom of the ninth, and we're way behind. We're going to save it. I thought we already had it shut down. We need a rally. There's a hit. Back-to-back jacks. He's back. Got runners on. Bottom of the ninth, there's 2 outs. There's a freaking into the corner. That'll score 2. Fight ain't over. Let the sun go down. That's all we ever needed was the sun. That's all we ever needed. That's all we ever needed. $4.4 million a day in California subsidies alone. So we got Senate Upper shut down. I'm going to really get serious and get to work on this. So it's just too dangerous. And it's something we don't need. And people say, oh, dirty coal, fossil fuels killed way more than Nuclear, oh really? Well, number one, we're not having an argument between arsenic and cyanide, are we? You can have those tired old arguments. We're having an argument about solar, wind, geothermal. California's already proved it. The solar initiative in California's worked. You know, not could happen, gonna happen, happened. So this is just about wealth and power. That's all this is. To keep a bunch of sickening bastards, filthy, sinking rich. So, where do you want a fucking medal? So, I'm back. Yesterday was the first swing I had since open heart surgery. Thank you to Jane and Linda. Love you for millions. Mothers for Peace. Swami. Me and him walked together and chanted. He's the greatest, man. I love that guy. So, I love that part of the world. The real California. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play. I said I went Atlee Hammaker on him. He's from Carmel. Last time they won the series, oh, there was an earthquake. The series, wasn't he the great pitcher? What does Atlee mean? Isn't it Japanese for beautiful and strong? That's my grandson's name. The one that's been there with me, done all the tag going with me, been on this journey. He was born March 2011. Oh boy. So, simply, Diablo Canyon. Lessons from Fukushima unlearned. Can't happen here? No, it's going to happen. Not a matter of if, it's when. We went way overdue. We're way overdue. We're way overdue for a big one. Way overdue for a big one. TikTok. Diablo Canyon. Clock. Way overdue. It's only a matter of time. And those reactors cannot, not to mention, I got to talk about this. Not to mention just the earthquake. The fact that these nuclear, remember I used to fight with Harry Reid? I was only Congress can turn these into a nuclear repository. It's supposed to be in Yucca Mountain, paying a fine. So he went to Congress, and Congress passed it. And they turned all nuclear reactors, plants in the United States, into a nuclear energy repository. So Diablo Canyon is a nuclear waste repository. You got to realize there's 40 years of fuel spent there. It's in swimming pools for a long time. They said, oh, we're going to change it into where they don't have to stay in the swimming pools and cool for a few years and put it into the hotter container. Oh, okay. Okay. In the dry cast? Oh, okay. Okay. On site? I mean, but still, even if that went through and it does work, which I call bullshit, you're still talking 3 years of every rotation still sitting there in spent fuel pools. 3 years away? Well, right now there's 40 years of waste. And it still will be there being dry cast, but even if it does happen, you're still going to always have 3 years of waste waiting to rotate into the dry cast containers. And these spent fuel pools can't handle even a 7.6. My work's proven that. You know, that's what I did when I was the famous professor. By the way, we got a couple players at Weber State that played at Cal Poly. So, TikTok, Diablo Canyon clock. What about the repository? No one even brings that up and talks about the fact that this is a nuclear repository. They can't handle it. What do you want, a fucking medal? I got a medal. You know, all this hard work I've done my whole life, what did I get for it? Well, I got leukemia, AML. Got open heart surgery twice. Yeah, I always thought somebody would step up and help me, a philanthropist. How cool is that? How cool is that? Oh, this side's a gem. You know, from this side, huh? I'll work on it. All I ever wanted was my peace of mind. I have that. You know, after open heart surgery, you get really depressed. They worked with me on that, talked to me about it, but I said, well, yeah, I've been depressed. But a lot of it's about all my historic work. You know, it's depressing. I get no credit. I mean, what do I get for this work? I get attacked. You know, and these idiots that think nuclear's good, that's what they are. What about uranium tailings? What about the centrifuge process? You got to turn it from 238 to 235. So nasty. You know, that hex gas. Spin it, collide it, leaves a 97% byproduct. What about that? What about the cost of building these godforsaken fucking things? What about the spent fuel? What about the nuclear waste all over our plate? It's not clean. It's not. And the Germans got it right, by the way. So, what about all that? You know, it's not clean. It's not green. And Germany's right. Germany has it right. Stay tuned. Lessons. Go look at the tide pools right there at Diablo. They're all wiped out. Lessons from Fukushima. Unlearned. Love it. Did it with one hand. I mean, it's pretty rough, but I was holding the camera and I love it. It's organic. It's like me. Grassroots. What do you want, a fucking medal? Oh, I got a medal. By the way, I'll get dripping with my cans I made it through. Stay tuned. Lessons from Fukushima unlearned. TikTok, Diablo Canyon clock. Not if, when. Then I don't want to live like a Chernobyl nuclear energy refugee. Don't want to live like a Fukushima nuclear energy refugee. Don't want to live like a Los Angeles, California. One of the most beautiful places in the world. The Central Coast. Shelter in place. Nuclear energy refugee. Stay tuned.